Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I wanted to talk about the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, and her modern take on femininity. Um, First, I wanted to start though by saying or acknowledging that I realize my sort of persona, well, more specifically, my voice is probably not the most YouTube friendly voice that there is, especially now that I have a little bit of a cold. And I have had people come on and have said that I'm putting them to sleep, quite literally. which is funny. I mean, they come on, right? They listen to the video and then they leave a comment, usually which I just trash, and it says you're putting me to sleep. And so I've been very sort of offended by that. But then I thought about it and I realized, wait a second, sleep aid is a multi-billion dollar global industry. There are so many people who can't sleep, quite literally, right? And they spend a lot of money. They go to doctors, their insurance companies, or they pay doctors tons and tons of money every single year to sleep. People can't sleep, people have insomnia. And so I thought to myself, I mean, if my voice puts you to sleep, right? You should be paying me. Like, you should be on your knees thanking me, not writing me smart comments to try to make me feel bad that my voice puts you to sleep, because this is a multi-billion dollar industry. People need to be able to sleep, you guys. Cover my little self. None of your business over here, okay? So I was just saying, okay? But anyway, I digress. So today I wanted to talk about, as I said, Meghan's take on femininity, because I think that she has a very modern take on femininity. Well, it's kind of like very nuanced because it's sort of mixed with tradition in a way that is very, very interesting. And I think by and large, because of who she married, her husband being the son of the King of England, who himself is the son of the former Queen, who sat on the throne for 50 years, and you have all of these traditions that are built into that family and what it means to be in that family. And so Meghan marries into that family, and she's fundamentally, I think, a very, very modern woman who calls people like Gloria Steinem her friend. I mean, she's very, very modern, very, very feminine, but also she is very um, traditional as well in certain ways. I mean, you can almost see her in the 1950s fitting in, her love of cooking, traditional family, her two children, her dogs, her happy home. That's very sort of traditional. And one second, I have to hang on a second. I've got to do my little coughing. Okay, hold on. Yeah, it only happens when I try to speak. I just like want to cough. Anyway, so I was saying that Meghan's approach to femininity, it really seems to embrace modernity, resilience, independence, um, as much as it embraces and authenticity, as much as it embraces tradition, and as much as it sort of caters to certain expectations that the world might have of her. It's I think it's just very, very interesting. I don't know what you think, and why am I talking about this subject matter of Meghan and femininity? Just because, I mean, I could talk about that, or I could go digging in the Daily Mail to respond to nonsense from the bottom feeding journalists, the per diem, per click journalists that, come up with all these bottom feeding articles every single day. Or I could just, talk about what I want to talk about, which is Meghan's femininity. So what do you think, especially if you're Sussex Squad? I've noticed that most of the comments I get are not from Sussex Squad. They're from people who I can't even post the comments. I have to just like trash the comments. But Sussex Squad, they, very few respond. So I'm like, I'm really not sure, what to make of it. But what do you think about this issue of femininity and the Duchess of Sussex and how she sort of blends sort of the traditional ideas of femininity with a more sort of modern, nuanced approach to femininity, and how she sort of juxtaposes all of that with the other side of being very assertive and being able to stand up for herself and not take the crap, from people, and to be unapologetic at the same time, which are not traditionally feminine qualities. Women, we're taught to apologize, we're taught to not be too assertive, not be too ambitious. Meghan also embraces her ambitions and her ambitious side. And I just think that it's such a modern approach to being a woman, to being feminine, because she's all woman. You can see that. I mean, in her fashions, her beauty, her style, and so on and so forth, the way she speaks. But then she has these other qualities that, sort of come together in this very, sort of very interesting way, this interesting way of being feminine that is uniquely Meghan. What do you think about that? Does that sort of resonate? Does that make sense to you? Do you see what I'm talking about here, or what?
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on